Hello everyone, welcome back to You Like That Extra. You're joined with me, my name is Adam and I'm one half of You Like That Extra.
My name's Jack, I am the other half of You Like That Extra.
Yes. Welcome back guys to the midweek review, You Like That Extra, where we give you the choices to decide what movie we look at through the week, something a bit older that most of you would have seen, hopefully at least. This week we gave you the choice of Get Out, and Get Out.
Yep.
And the voting went Get Out. So we're here today, guys, to talk about Get Out.
Funny that.
It's a weird one, that one, how the voting works like that. It's almost like the American
Democracy
voting system.
wins.
Exactly right.
Every time.
We'll recount the ballots? I don't think so.
Flawless system.
Exactly right. So, guys, we're here to talk about Get Out. Get Out is the 2017 film directed and written by Jordan Peele. This was his first into the world of writing and directing, wasn't it?
Yes.
And
debut.
what a way to get yourself
Quite
out
a statement.
there. So, written and directed by Jordan Peele, who you know most as one half of Key and Peele, the comedic group. Hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
Very, very good.
Not what you'd expect this movie to be from one of those guys.
Nope.
Runtime of 104 minutes, so a very manageable movie. Budget of $4.5 million. Returned $255.4 million in the box.
Fucking hell.
Absolutely huge.
Jason Blum.
It's the Jason Blum effect, man.
That's how he does
It's what you
things.
do. This Rotten Tomatoes score, 98% with the critics, 86% with the audience.
What?
I know, the audience dropped it a bit on this one.
Fuck is wrong with that other 14%?
Brain dead. They have smooth brain.
This is a 100. This is just a 100. It's a 100% movie.
Fucking well and truly is.
Fuck's
No
sake.
matter who you are, and
God,
watching
I hate
this,
the internet.
watching this again, it made me love it even fucking
Oh,
more.
God.
So this is starring Daniel Kaluuya, Alison Williams, Bradley Whitford, Caleb Landry Jones, Stephen Root, Lakeith Stanfield, Catherine Keener, and Lil Rel Howery. It's a cast that you know a fair few of these names from. Daniel Kaluuya, we know, was in the Black Panther movies.
He started off in Black Mirror.
Yep, did a few in Black Mirror. It was a very good start in Black Mirror that he had there.
Good episode.
And then after getting Get Out, has been projected himself in a bunch of other movies as well, and a lot more upcoming films.
Yep.
Who else we got? What's his name?
Bradley Whitford.
Bradley
From
Whitford.
Billy Madison.
Eric!
Eric.
And Eric is a very bad man in this movie.
Yeah. He's also in The Cabin in the Woods. Very, very funny role.
Yep, very good in that one as well.
The mum I know.
Catherine
but I
Keener,
don't remember why I know her.
40-year-old virgin.
There it is.
Yep.
She's very recognizable. Like, you see her and you're just like, oh yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I know her straight
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
The detective from Upgrade. She's in this.
Yes.
She's the maid. Don't remember her name. I'm so sorry.
I had it in here. I can't remember which one it is. It's one of them that I
one of them.
don't fucking
It's the
remember
one
which
who's also in the
put
Upgrade credits.
But the one that's also in there, she's also brilliant in this as well. But in this movie, everyone is fucking brilliant in this movie.
Oh yeah.
So, I'll get into a bit of the further notes later on about this, but because they're not important to the main thing. So, Jack, let us know. Get Out. What are your thoughts on this movie?
Get Out is a perfect movie. I think it's the best movie of the entire 2010s.
Yep.
That entire decade, nothing got it better than Get Out. And I'm even putting Hereditary in that list. Hereditary was always my answer for what's a perfect movie, what's the best movie of the 2010s. Watching this again, it's clearly this.
Yeah.
By a country mile, it's
Yep.
this. And for different reasons, like Hereditary is much more sickeningly terrifying.
A lot more horrifying than anything.
Uneasy to watch.
Yeah.
But this is just such a fucking riot. Like, it is just thrilling. Genuinely thrilling. Genuinely exhilarating from
Yep.
start to finish. Like, it starts as one thing. It's one of those perfect starts as one thing.
Yeah.
And then just, whoa, hang on, what? What? And it's such a fucking weird, brilliant idea. Done perfectly as well. Like,
Yep.
it's kind of a far-fetched and silly idea, but
Yeah.
Jordan Peele just fucking nails it. And like the pacing, the editing, the tone is really important. Like the tone stays a certain, even when the reveal happens, it's still sort of the same tone. It's still like, yeah, oh god, this movie's so fucking good.
It's an absolutely...
It's one of the fucking best movies of all
Definitely,
time.
100% is. I remember like watching this movie for the first time with Brooke, and we were both like, it had already been out for a bit of time, and we heard like all the reviews, how great it was received and all that. We're like, all right, let's give it a shot, let's give it a watch, see what this whole thing's about. And you watch the trailer, you still don't really fucking know
No.
what kind of movie this is.
Yeah, I saw this opening morning, so like,
yeah,
imagine,
and it's
how
completely
sick
different to
that
what you're
was.
expecting.
Oh yeah,
Because it's sort of marketed as like a horror-ish thriller type,
just kind of like a
scary
escape
themed.
the house,
Yeah.
sort of. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever.
And what you're given is a fucking spectacle. You're put on a ride. You're given so much emotion. You've got comedy in certain aspects. You've got a great cast, and you just got a guy that really, really thought about how to portray this movie.
Yeah.
And to come out of the gates fully swinging on your first hit and just smack it for a home run, it is just absolutely incredible.
It's great.
And on your second watch, even better.
Yeah,
When
heaps
you
better.
know, like,
Knowing
the end
what's
game,
coming, yeah.
and then you see those parts, and you know, like, now you know why it's playing out like
That
that.
first dinner party is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, like when
When
everyone
you know-
first comes
when
around and
you
it's like
know
meeting
What
everyone.
is actually happening?
Then you're just like, holy fuck, like this.
Yeah.
It's so much more apparent, and that's why I think this is one of those movies that's designed as a 2-watch movie.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
definitely.
watch it first to gain everything, and then watch it again to pick up those pieces that were left as crumbs to be like, this is for you the second time you watch it.
Yeah.
You won't
100%.
pick these up the first time, but you'll come back with a vacuum the second time and go, missed that one.
it.
I'll get it
Bloody
now.
got it.
It's one of those ones. But it is just this. There's just so much that this movie just does right, and it's like, as we said, it's not given to you as a horror movie as you start watching it.
No,
There's
not at all.
there's, as you said, there's the far-fetched plot, to, like the main point to this movie, but it's still surrounded in such realism
Yes.
at the same time,
Correct.
and the way that the whole movie is shot in general, the way everyone acts, emotion-wise, like emotion is a big part to any movie
Yeah.
to really gauge like how the audience should feel with that character, and that's where you got to praise like Daniel Kaluuya. Absolutely
Oh,
kills
my
it.
God, he's such an astonishing performance.
Like the first time he gets put under from the hypnosis,
oh,
and just
my
the way that
God.
he's like crying, but in
Yeah.
deep paralysis,
Yeah.
that is scary.
And it's heartbreaking as well. 'cause
Yeah.
The story he's telling, like, it's clearly just like he's just put all that inside himself.
Yep.
And then, like, it's just coming out against his will, but he can't move either, so he can't, like, stop himself or control his crying or anything. It's just heartbreaking to watch. And, like, I'm a sympathetic crier already. If I see someone cry, I generally cry, but fuck, I was tearing up watching this again. Like,
Yeah.
that moment is so heavy.
It's
So heavy.
And it
it's
drags her.
terrifying as well because she locks him inside his own brain.
exactly, and especially when they shot it so well when he's going to the sunken place.
Oh, yes. And
You know,
it's like
and you see him slowly
zoom
falling,
down.
and then the way they shoot it from his perspective, it looks like a TV box
Yeah.
that he's watching, and there's just all this blank, empty space around him.
Yeah.
It's just dark, and you're just like,
And that's because he was watching TV when his mum died instead of helping his mum or whatever. And that's
Yeah.
what the therapist is trying to do to break him.
yeah,
And
and send him down to this place that's literally just a floating thought in the back of your own mind,
Yeah.
unable to move and do anything. And it's so scary because the way that he portrays it in this movie, it feels like that would be what it would feel like.
Yeah. It's like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like a real nightmare.
Yeah, not a far-fetched fucking I'm chased by Freddy Krueger. This is a holy shit, I'm lost in my own thought and I can't get out of it.
Yeah, those stress dreams or whatever, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then that comes back later again, but it's been there the whole time if you watch it again, you know, from the groundskeeper and the maid.
Yep.
They're in the sunken place, but they're also...
Oh, you waiting for me to say something? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Pick
I
up
was.
the thread. You weren't listening.
No.
Fuck.
I thought you were just going on a thing and
right.
we're just gonna just.
But
Take it away,
they're
man.
also old white people
Yeah. They're the
Old white
grandparents of
people's
the
brains,
Armitage
yeah.
family.
in these persons of color, their bodies.
Yeah.
So that's the big reveal of the movie is they auction off people of color. So the
Yeah.
old
So
rich
they're-
people,
The,
the
yeah.
old rich white people.
So basically, the whole premise of this movie is Danny Kaluuya's character Chris is with this girl named Rose who takes him away to visit her parents for the first time in this lovely estate area. They look like they're very well off type of family. To which we find out down the track that the mum's a hypnotist, the dad is a surgeon, the son is also working in medicine, but is also a bit of a fighter.
Yeah.
MMA type guy, and the whole horrifying part of the story is this family believe and have developed a way in which they can get a person of athleticism, superiority, anything like that, get the elderly to swap brains, put it in that person, and give them essentially a new life type thing. Now, their whole thing is Jordan Peele's gone, in this movie we look at as African Americans are seen as superior.
Yeah.
They're not given as like what you'd see from other movies that distinguish color and all that, and they go, it used to be a whole, now the white man is superior, the black people are nothing, it's just all they need to be is this, that, and whatever else. In this, it's like, no, they've got, their genes are so good, they've got such athleticism, they can do all this other stuff, they got the potential to do many, many different things and give the elderly something that they may not have.
Yeah.
And that's the driving point of this, is Chris is given as that person who, in terms of the person who buys him at auction, is blind. Yep. Chris is a photographer. He has a very keen eye.
Yep.
A blind art salesman goes, I'd love to see this art again.
Yeah.
So that's who I want to be in.
Yeah.
So that's the far-fetched detail here, is the whole brain swapping elderly with African American people.
Yeah.
And leaving their memory in the back of their head. So they're still there, but they can't regain their body.
Which goes into Lakeith Stanfield's performance as Andre. Like, it's just so wrong and creepy, and you don't know why.
Yeah.
And then, like, his wife comes over, and it's like an old white lady. And you're just like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a bit unusual, but okay, whatever. Like, and then, the flash happens and, like, loses his mind, and then you find out later that, he's the guy missing from the start, which I missed, like, the first 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was at the beginning. I just thought it was another, like, character.
Because of the way he's presented, like, at the start, being, like, in his normal dress sense and that, and the next he's, like, wearing
he does
a fucking,
look so
like,
different.
Farmer's hat, and he's got a nice fucking khaki suit on and that.
I didn't make the connection for so long. And then, of course, fucking hell.
And then even Brooke said the second time, she's like, that's the guy from the start. And I'm like, that's definitely him. Yeah, 100% has to be.
Point out of it, and I was just like, no.
Yeah. So he's like the main point, because...
But it's clearly very... They've got... they know what they're doing. Because, like, she's... In the beginning, she's telling him, like, like, he's worried that the parents won't know that he's black.
Yeah.
And he's like, like, what if they don't like me? What if they kick me out or something? And then she does that. She makes that horrible joke that people do to break the tension with people of color. And they're like, oh, no, he's not racist. He loves Obama.
Yeah.
He would have voted
for the third time if he could.
Which is just like...
And he'll tell you about that.
As a person of color, that's horrible, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's their only connection.
100%.
And it's just like... Yeah, it's a horrible thing to say.
And it's the same thing when it comes in, like, when he's meeting all the old white people, and he's just like, I used to be a pro golfer, and I knew Tiger Woods.
Yes, yeah.
He was the best Tiger.
I love Tiger.
And it's like, okay, because he's a black golfer, is that why?
Of course.
Is that what you're getting to?
And then
that
one lady just, like, straight up asked him how big his dick is, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, what's he like in bed? Because he's in the wheelchair, like, jeez.
It's fucking...
It's rough. It's so uncomfortable.
That's why that second time is so much better. That whole scene there of meeting all the old people. Yeah,
because you're just like, they're just creepy old, but they don't really...
Yeah.
They don't have any...
They're all trying to test the waters to see if this is the one that they want.
Yeah, exactly.
For their needs.
It's like taking a car for a test drive. Much, but it's a person. It's horrible. It's
exactly right. So Jordan Peele, he adds so many different elements as like, being in the, being as an African American person and trying to make a movie as good as this and display certain points that, get looked over in Hollywood type movies and that, and so I try to spin it back around to be something good, but then, throws in those stereotype points, and then even throws it with, like, Chris's friend Rodney, the TSA airport agent.
Yeah.
Who is a fucking shining light in this movie, and I love him with all my heart.
He's fantastic.
He is so hilarious, and he just says everything right through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing that starts.
But he's actually a really fucking good friend. And
yeah.
He actually works hard to find them.
He pulled it off by the end of that. But the whole thing is just like, don't go to a white person's family house in the middle
No.
of fucking nowhere.
It's like, absolutely don't
He's
do
like,
that.
that
You're gonna
is
get eaten.
yeah.
It's like you're straight up gonna get
Just
eaten.
his whole character as he just like develops and goes through.
Sex
is
slave.
so when Chris is explaining to him about, he saw this person here and these they're just acting really weird, they're not talking that way. He does his little test, when you're talking to Lakeith Stanfield's character, and he like goes to give him a fist bump, and then he holds his hand instead.
Yeah.
And he's just like, that ain't right. That ain't what
right.
we do. And it's the same thing. It's just like, he was with a white woman twice his age, and he's just like, I told you, sex slave.
Sex slaves.
And he just carries on with that joke, even to the end point when he's trying to explain it to the cops that these people are brainwashing him to be sex slaves, or just slaves, but mostly sex slaves.
And like he's such a good friend, and he works so hard to find him that at the end, like what he says to him is horrible. Like it's pretty much just I told you so.
I said it to Brooke.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that is not the thing you want to say.
But
when
he's
you
kind of earned it because he
He
worked
really
so hard to
has.
find him, and then like awkward silence, nothing, and then he just kind of just goes, "Told you not to go."
Yep.
It's just like he did say not to go. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
pretty dodgy.
Exactly. And the way that endings come around, but the way Rodney just always gives you comedy throughout all of his scenes. It's just a slice of comedy at certain points in the movie, so it's not all together in
No,
one.
it's not too much. Yeah,
It's a good little spreader to get that little laugh and be like, and then go, oh fuck, but there's still something happening right now that's not good for anyone.
correct.
But I mean, fuck, it's just you can just go about everything that Jordan Peele does in this movie that is just so fucking brilliant.
There's nothing too distinctive about the way he shoots a movie.
No.
He tries a bit more stuff with us in his next movie.
Yeah.
There's a bit more style to it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is just very much just a movie. It's sort of one location, like
Yeah.
just around. Like it looks like an actual house that they filmed in. I don't know that for sure. Like it doesn't look like sets.
Yeah,
Like,
very
so when they
possibly
go
it could
into
be.
the
When,
basement.
maybe when they're underground in there, it could definitely be.
And that room is fucking beautiful. Where he wakes up and it's like the games room.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's a nice set.
Yeah,
And it
regardless
just
of the
looks
bad
so
stuff that
pretty.
happens there, I'd
Yeah.
play some ping pong in there.
That just looks
I'd kick it
so
back.
pretty. And it's framed so gorgeously and stuff. But yeah, it's not like I don't know. He's not like throwing cameras off of stairwells and someone else is catching. Like, there's nothing.
No,
like
there's
that.
nothing crazy like that. There's no
It's
crazy
a very good-looking
snapshots.
movie. Yeah.
Everything about it is really good looking because he's very good at capturing the emotion from everyone. That's whether in doing close-up shots on faces and all that, and you see that raw emotion there between any of the characters, and it really just drives the whole vibe of the movie in general. And as it's just progressing and you're learning more and more, like the whole family's in on it. When you find out that his girlfriend, she's the one that lures in all of the African American
Which, like a few
boyfriends.
scenes before, he really breaks down to her about his mum and tells her he loves her and says, "You're all that I've got left."
Yeah,
and it's like that in of itself is a really heavy moment. But then when you realize that she got him into this mess, and he has led him to fall in love with her.
Yeah, she's literally
only
just
to
a
have
psycho.
this happen. Yeah,
she's literally
horrible.
just a psycho actor. Like,
and when he's screaming at her to get the keys, that's so raw. Like
so
that
fucking real and
fucking
raw,
hell,
man. That's
like he's a good yeller.
Yeah,
I always talk about good yellers in movie.
Because-
Daniel Kaluuya, fucking great yeller.
because he yelled the same thing. Give me the keys like 4 times
Yes.
in a row, but all in different tones.
Yeah.
And you're just like, they're all effective.
Yeah,
I almost threw my keys at the TV and went, take them.
because
You need him.
He's not charging at her or anything. He
No.
kind of accepts that he's like, well, fuck, I'm cornered in.
Yeah.
But like he's still so desperate to do something to get out.
Yeah.
And he's just
There it is.
He's just screaming. He's just letting it out. And then he looks over at the brother and he's just like, all right, I'll try. And
Yep.
he sort of like
Give it a
sort
shot.
of walks towards him and goes and just gets fucked up straight away. Like,
Well, yeah, he goes to
in
him and
the
then just
earlier
hits the
scene-
tea. She just hits the teacup
Yeah.
3 times. He just drops backwards.
and because of the earlier scene, he's just like, yeah, I'm not a fighter. Like, I don't like UFC is too brutal for me. I'm not a fighter. I like basketball. I like photography.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just little lines like that set up foreshadow.
Mhm.
Just it's such a fucking beautifully written movie.
Mm,
And
so
it
well
always
done.
comes back around. It's a satisfying ending.
Yep. So when the ending comes
he does get
around,
away.
that's when it starts to get more brutal. In the
Yeah,
sense
there's a bit of horror violence.
the people dying.
Yeah.
There's smart to it
Yeah.
in terms of how he blocks out the paralysis teacup noise to knock himself out.
Yeah.
Puts a bit of cotton in the ears because he's on an armchair and his little twitch because he's off the smokes.
Yeah.
Scratching at the armchair and it's got some wool in it. Take it out, stuff it in the ears. give the old fake Rooney, smack him in the back of the head, and then stab Eric with a deer head.
With a deer head.
Straight to the fucking neck.
So excessive, but it fucking so good.
Yeah. But then, so, I mean, the ending is the main sort of the focus point from here. So he kills everyone else, and then the only one left is the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who, as he's driving away, she comes out with a gun to try and stop him in that.
And Jordan made her so white for that scene as well. She gets in her equestrian outfit. And it's all white, and it's just like, of course, it's a rich white horse girl, you know. Of course,
exactly.
And he really leans into that in the costume.
Yep. But you get the grandma and grandpa in their respective bodies. He thinks he's helping out the other African American girl, the older woman that appears to be the housekeeper.
Yeah.
But really, she's the grandma who's just like, you fucking ruined everything, and tries to ruin the car.
Yeah.
Just fucking ends up wrecking herself anyway. And then grandpa does his 100-meter sprint, tackles him, but he gets the phone out, flashes him, unlocks his brain, shoots the white girl as she runs down, then shoots himself.
Yeah.
Fucking why not?
Because he was going to shoot her, but like you can tell, there's like, he announced his love to her like that afternoon.
Yeah.
So he couldn't shoot her.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I should probably just die.
Yeah. So you get the ending of, you see he's about to choke her out, but then doesn't, and then you see the red and blue flashing lights.
Yeah.
And you go, ooh, cops.
And then you're like,
instantly.
Oh no.
Exactly. You're hit with that reaction. It's exactly the reaction Jordan Peele wants from this movie.
Yeah, and he gets it.
And there's actually a reason that there's two alternate endings from this ending.
Yeah.
In the DVD release as well. So this one we get the blue and red flashing lights. This is the main ending. Is the blue and red flashing lights. It's a TSA car. Mm-hmm. It's Rodney.
Yeah.
He's found him.
It's the king.
She dies out, bleeds out, and that's when you, as you said, you get the whole.
Yeah.
They sit there awkwardly and he just goes, I mean, I told you not to go in there. And he do
gets nothing back. He gets no response.
Nothing back. Not even a look.
Very funny.
And you're like, that is how they had to end that.
Yeah.
That had to be the last thing that he said.
Yeah.
And then drive off into the night, and everything's all hunky dory.
That's your movie.
Obviously that wasn't supposed to be the original ending. The alternate ending was the original shot ending, which was he's choking her out on the ground.
Yeah.
Real cops pull up and they arrest him.
Yeah, of course.
He goes
to jail. Which is what you expect, yeah.
Yeah, he goes to jail and Rodney visits him to get information. He's like, nah, look, I finished off the family. Everything's fine. He's sort of like accepting at least no one's going to get hurt now again from this family. And the harsh reality is, being a person of color in America, the justice system is more than anything against you.
Biased. Very biased against
so,
you, yeah.
That was the original ending that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
As it was, they had that at the test screening, and at that time, some more high-profile police shootings of black people were being around and being discussed during that time.
Yeah.
So, in Jordan Peele's word, he said people became more woke about it. So then he thought the film needs to be a more happy ending then.
Yeah.
So his whole thing was, if I shoot it as blue and red flashing lights, the audience is still going to get the reaction.
Yeah.
But you get the happy ending
clever,
from it.
Yeah.
So you're getting taken off to the left, but then he swings you back around and goes, no,
yeah,
we're good.
And especially after everything you've been through, like, you kind of need a happy ending because, like, it's fucking grim.
Yeah, exactly right. So I mean, there's not too much more to say other than just how brilliant this movie is.
Fucking great movie.
It's just, he just came out of nowhere and just produced
this.
There's
no downtime. There's no filler. Everything is so important. Like,
everything has to be there.
Like,
everything's there for a reason.
Yeah, even Rodney telling the cop the story, and then the cop getting the other cops into, like, you think that's just like a Family Guy cutaway or something. But no, it's really important because it shows you how desperately Rod is working to get it done. So, like, everything just matters so much. And that's what you were saying with the rewatch. Like, you notice so many more things. So it's definitely worth watching twice.
Definitely twice.
At the very least.
Because you can definitely watch it a second time. I guarantee if you watch it, you'll go, yeah, okay, I could probably watch that again.
Yeah, you will want to.
Yeah, and if you're really into the movies and 100% you will rewatch it, so you do see those scenes that will now make sense after you rewatch it.
Yeah.
So this movie received 218 nominations for awards.
Bloody hell.
It won 88 awards for it.
Yeah.
And it made a lot of top 10 lists for a lot of big critics.
Yeah.
It received such great praise. And, you watch it and you really can see why.
Yeah.
This was really a big stepping point, I think, for people of colour in Hollywood directing and writing movies themselves.
Yeah.
And it really just set Jordan Peele off on a path to make more of these movies. As you said, his next one he did was Us, which was a very different type of movie.
Yeah.
More on a horror basis, type thrillerish basis.
Lost a lot of people.
Did lose a few people.
Lost a lot of people. Didn't lose me. I fucking loved it.
No.
Absolutely love that movie.
Me and Brooke definitely enjoyed that a lot.
But it was Get Out more, obviously.
Yeah, Get Out was more followable.
Yes.
Us was very... I need to watch something to explain to me a bit more.
Yeah, it is a bit like that.
Because when the ending comes, you're like,
hey?
I don't quite get it, but sure.
Yeah.
But he does have another one in development that should be coming out.
Stephen Yeun just got cast.
Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead just get dropped into that one.
Jordan Peele's just been producing, so he had his name on Antebellum. He's got his name on Candyman.
Candyman's got the name on that.
Should have been out last year, but nothing.
Oh my god, I forgot that was.
Nothing is ever coming out ever.
Holy shit!
Movies are cancelled forever.
Yep, that's basically right.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess he's just making money for whatever his next project is.
Yeah,
putting his name on stuff.
Another fun fact for Jordan Peele in this movie, though, he did the voice sound effect for the deer that was dying at the start of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when they hit the deer when they're driving,
it's a horrible noise.
That was him. He was making the noise.
Well done.
And also, he was able to slip in Keegan-Michael Key. So when Rose is searching up NCAA prospects on Bing to see who her next target will be, the player that she clicks on, that's Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They were able to slip him in somewhere.
Pretty funny.
Of course.
Of course.
His best mate, he's going to be like, this movie's not your style, but I can slip you in somewhere just in a little photo. So there's a little snapshot
cute.
of him in there.
That's cute.
But yeah, guys, that's Get Out. It is such a perfect movie. Yeah. Everyone should enjoy this movie to some extent, regardless. So
holy shit.
Go out and see it. It's not on streaming, but it is available on DVD. So you should buy physical things and support your media. Otherwise, you can rent it on your streaming platforms. Like
I've been renting
Foxtel
everything on iTunes. That's how I watch all these movies.
Yep.
$4.99. You can do it too.
Exactly right. It's not too hard. But that's it, guys. That's another week of You Like That Extra in the bag. Thank you very much for joining us on the midweek review, putting in your votes for the movies. We promise we'll give you a proper 3 votes in the next one. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So until we see you next time, guys, my name is Adam, and I've been one half of You Like That Extra.
My name is Jack. I have been the other half of You Like That Extra.
And we'll see you all when we see you. Take care.